Hey everybody, Chris here. So, does Dogecoin need Elon Musk? We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. A lot of talk about Elon and Doge lately because, well, Dogecoin has been going on a run, but Elon has not been involved. And we look back to the big 2021 bull market where Elon was tweeting about Doge, and Doge's price was going crazy. But this run that we've just had is about a number of other things and not Elon Musk. So let's get into it. Let me show you what I'm looking at. We started looking at the current Dogecoin price. It's at 26.5 cents. Yeah, there was a sell-off overnight here. I think a lot of this was just flushing out leveraged traders. During our live stream on Sunday, we were looking at the heat maps. We were looking at all of that long leverage sitting down there for Dogecoin, particularly, not as much for Bitcoin, but a lot for Doge. And this was just liquidating a lot of leverage traders. We'll talk about more of that in just a little bit. Bitcoin is now at 115,000. We did have a bit of a Bitcoin sell-off, taking out some of the immediate leverage trades, and then just below 114.8, there was some longer leverage that was taken out, which we saw in the heat maps that were bright yellow, and Bitcoin recovering back up. So Bitcoin not down as much, but that's how Dogecoin trades too, right? You go on big runs, right? Dogecoin comes up, and then rather quickly on Saturday, this is what we were talking about in the live stream, is once I saw those big green candles there on Saturday morning, I was like, uh-oh, right? Uh-oh. If Doge goes on that kind of acceleration with bigger volume, then Doge is susceptible for pullbacks. Couldn't hold in the upper 28s, came back in the 27s, and now a dip down into the 26s. So will this hold? We'll be talking about this during my next live stream on Monday afternoon. So make sure you're subscribed, you got your notifications on, and come join the live streams as we talk about a lot more wider range of topics, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. But for now, what's happening with Elon Musk and Dogecoin? Well, back in 2021, Elon was tweeting about Dogecoin all the time. No highs, no lows, only Doge. Dogecoin is the people's crypto, like all of that. And Dogecoin's price was directly related to Elon Musk tweets. It really was. And then, of course, the big build-up to Elon Musk's appearance on Saturday Night Live on May 8th, 2021. And my theory on this was that this blow-off top here in 2021 probably shouldn't have happened. So this is on my X account. So follow me on X as well, because I post these kinds of things. But this is my overall chart looking at the past 4-year cycles. 2017, big run on Doge. And then in 2021, that initial run should have stopped right there. But yet, all of the build-up to the Saturday Night Live appearance of Elon Musk, all of that anticipation was a total blow-off top, and probably, in my theory here, probably shouldn't have happened. And so trying to draw lines and arcs and things on the Dogecoin's history is really hard when you have that move up to 73 cents there. Now it did happen, right? And it is the all-time high. But my theory is that probably shouldn't have happened. And that Dogecoin, again, very strong trading, did not come back to the red line here, stayed above the orange, which is positive for Doge. And now 2025, this final run that I think we're going to have could come back to that all-time high. Now, there are chances of $1, $2, and all that. My theory is if Elon does something with Doge, then we may see that kind of hype again. But be careful about that. That generally doesn't hold. Now, like all of this buildup that we had here from 2023, 2024, a lot of it was related to some other things going on with Doge, although we did have that spike last November, which was Elon Musk, the Department of Government Efficiency, on the backs of Trump being elected president. So we did have that run, but now we're looking for the final run of 2025, or what I'm calling that. Can we do that without Elon Musk? So here's an article. Dogecoin does not need Elon Musk anymore. 3 factors driving Doge's price rally. Yes, Dogecoin is surging, and it has the past 2 weeks until this recent pullback without Elon Musk. So this time, the rally is not a typical sell the news event, but is being driven by a mix of factors, including the much anticipated Doge, D-O-J-E. Yes, this is this exchange-traded fund, which was supposed to launch last week, now expected to debut later this week, as well as Treasury accumulations and speculative leverage. So that's what we're looking at. And there's some warnings too. Yeah, the price is running into resistance. We saw that at 30 cents. And we'll see whether we can get back in. But once it hit that, right, we had that decline in the price of Doge. Look, it's a leverage. It's the leverage trading. And that's why Doge is down now, is because these traders borrowing money to make bigger bets on Doge, like on Binance or OKX and other exchanges where you can do leverage trading. For every one person betting against Doge, that's the shorts, there's about 2 to 3 betting it will rise. So shorts versus longs, there's a lot more longs. Among top traders, that ratio is even more skewed. So that's what we're having. But leverage cuts both ways. If the price doesn't move in a trader's favor, exchanges automatically close their positions, known as liquidations. And we're seeing huge millions of dollars of trades getting wiped out. And the market makers and the exchanges are working to push that price down, which is why Bitcoin's only down 1% and Doge is down 4% on this overnight drop, taking out those trades. So that's what moves the price more than anything else. There wasn't any huge negative news for Doge to cause it to drop 4%. That's what's behind it. But that's trading, right? Price doesn't always go up. With that, the big news is coming, the Dogecoin ETF. And not only do we have the Rex Osprey Doge ETF, Doge, right? D-O-J-E. We also have Grayscale in October. We've got Bitwise in November. We've got 21 shares looking like January. So that's 3 more that will be coming. But now we have corporate treasuries as well. Now we know about Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy and Bitcoin, which is huge. We've got Tom Lee's BitMine, buying a bunch of ETH. We've got some Solana ones. What about Dogecoin? Clean Core Solutions has bought 500 million Doge. It's got an immediate 30-day 1 billion Doge target, and then a much bigger one of like 7.5 billion Dogecoin, 5% of the entire supply. That is bullish. But what about Doge's momentum? And is this Doge momentum that we're seeing now, what's behind it? So a lot of this is just the market, right? We're coming out of the summer and there's anticipation of the whole market going up. We've got rate cuts, this week for the Fed. That's going to be the first rate cuts we've had in 2025. A lot of anticipation for not only those rate cuts, but then again in October and December. So the market is setting up very well. And although Doge surged up over 30 cents, over a 50% rally from prior lows, there's a lot of anticipation that despite this pullback, Doge will get back up and continue even higher. And there's, of course, the bears, right? Delays of ETF and, non-spot structure of that ETF, right? It's just kind of this weird Rex Osprey, like Title 40 thing, or Code 40, whatever it is. It's just, right? And all the other FUD, like ever-increasing supply of Doge. And then we've got like crowded longs, rising liquidations. So all of that is there. But we've got Elon, and Elon does, every once in a while, he's asked about crypto. And he says things like, I'm not going to be promoting crypto at most in a joking way. If you see me pumping crypto, it's not me. Right? There's all these fakes out there. Be careful what you read, right? Especially on X. He thinks there's merit in Bitcoin, but he's got sort of a soft spot for Dogecoin because I like dogs and memes, right? And he says, don't bet the farm on crypto, like all of those things. But that goes against like all of these tweets that he had back in 2021, where he was just posting tweet after tweet after tweet, going on and on and on about Dogecoin. So that was that big hype. But what about going forward? What are we going to see, right? So this is a joke one, right? Dojo Win says, look, what we wanted versus what we got. We were looking for like the Dogecoin standard when Elon had posted, it's inevitable. This was like 5 years ago. He had posted that. We were like, yeah, this is what we want. We want Dogecoin to become this financial, thing. And instead, this year, we've got Annie has new outfits. He's doing all of this stuff. And it's just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Elon is not really paying. We don't know what's going to happen, right? But we know, even back in 2023, right? People were getting into like looking at the code for the Cybertruck and previously the S3 for Tesla cars. In the checkout code, there's this Dogecoin payment bridge. It says Dogecoin. Dogecoin is written into the code. And it's just like, all you have to do is turn that on and start accepting Dogecoin as payment for Tesla cars and Cybertrucks. So that's still out there. We've got robo-taxis now, right? We got robo-taxis. How easy would it be for Tesla to begin accepting payment in Dogecoin for robo-taxi rides, right? That's pretty cool. Like that could happen. We've got the Tesla Diner, right? And there's Elon when he announced it back in July. The Tesla Diner is open. Now, he previously said in some tweets that when the Tesla Diner opened, it would accept Dogecoin, not only for the food in the diner, but also for the charging stations. And that at charging stations, you would be able to charge your Tesla using Dogecoin, right? So that's out there. And then what about X payments, right? Could Doge fuel X payments or X money? Dogecoin was born from memes. Now it's got speed, low fees. It's got BitOrigin as well, buying Dogecoin. It's another treasury company, right? BitOrigin, along with CleanCore, right? This is the next one that is buying Dogecoin. They're still mining only Bitcoin. I reached out to them and I was just like, you guys should really mine Dogecoin as well. But with this new tech upgrade called Doge OS, right? It could soon handle smart contracts, NFTs, and even faster payments. That's one of the things that Doge OS is going to allow Dogecoin to do, is going to be faster payments, which was one of the things Elon was talking about back in 2021 about what Doge needed to win, like the cryptocurrency battles, hands down, was the speed along with low transaction fees. Will X add Dogecoin to payments? It won't be a meme anymore. It'll be money, right? It'll be money. So is that out there? So all of this is out there, but meanwhile, Dogecoin is still done very well. We zoom out and we look at the 4-hour chart and we see this big run in Doge. Now, there's a bit of a pullback. That always happens. We're going to be watching what this next move is. So come join the live streams where we talk more about these kinds of things. I still have my magnet up here at 30 cents. See if Doge can get back up. So we'll be watching that as well. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Elon Musk and Dogecoin? Give the video a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.